Well, hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the working of MAG3110 with Raspberry Pi using the Java code. Now, let's first take a look at the sensor on controleverything.com. It is MAG3110. Now, it is a 3-axis digital magnetometer electronic compass with an output data rate up to 80 Hz and low power single shot measurement mode. Now for its code, you can go inside the resources section of controleverything.com and you can find the Java code here. You can even find the Java code on our GitHub repository. For that, let's go to github.com and you need to search here for Control Everything Community. Now in here you can search for the sensor MAG3110 and let's first understand what do we require for Java. Now for Java, we require PI4J library on Raspberry Pi, and for the installation of PI4J library, you can go on to this link and you will find all the steps. And then if you need to compile the code, you need to give this command inside the terminal, and then this command will be used to run the code after you have compiled it. Now let's take a look at the code inside Java and in here. Now first of all, we have imported 3 PI4J libraries. Then on the device address, which is 0x0e, we have written 0x01 on the command register. Now 0x01 is to start command at an active mode. Now we have read the data from register 0x01, and then we have converted the data according to the formula given inside the data sheet. Then we output the data onto the screen in the form of magnetic fields in all 3 directions, X, Y and Z. Now let's take a look at the hardware and then we will compile the code and run it with the sensor. This is the Raspberry Pi module and these are the GPIOs over the Raspberry Pi module, and this is the I2C adapter that we use to connect all the I2C sensors to Raspberry Pi. Now the connections using this adapter is pretty easy, and you can find this adapter on controleverything.com. Now to connect the sensor, we require an I2C cable, and here is our sensor, which is MAG3110. Now to connect the I2C adapter and MAG3110, please make sure that the brown cable is connected to the ground of the sensor this way, and similarly to the I2C adapter as well. Now once this is done, you can power up the Raspberry Pi using a micro USB cable. Now let's power up the Raspberry Pi, and we have powered up the Raspberry Pi, and to provide internet connection we may use a LAN wire, or if required we may also use a Wi-Fi module. Alright, for the implementation of the code, first of all you need to copy the whole code and then move to terminal, where you need to create a file with .java extension. Okay, once you have done that, you need to paste the code this way and then you need to save it. Alright, once you have done that, you can compile the code using this command, as I have mentioned before, and your code has been successfully compiled. Now to run the code, you can give this command. As you can see, the output of magnetic field in all 3 directions, X, Y and Z. Now if I place the magnet on the sensor, and give the command again, the magnetic field changes. If I change the direction of the magnet and give the command again, the magnetic field changes again. Alright, now that you have interfaced the sensor using this Java code, let me tell you some of its applications. Now majorly it is used as an electronic compass and for location based services. Apart from this, in the markets you will find its usage in the smartphones, personal navigation devices, robotics, UAVs, speed sensing, current sensing and wristwatches. Now these are where you actually require embedded electronic compass functions. Alright. If you have any kinds of doubt, you can contact us on our controleverything.com page, or you can even leave your comments in the community section of controleverything.com. For more blogs and videos, you can check out our page on hackster.io and instructables.com. Please don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube, and thanks for watching.